Somebody else who's not happy about it is the QPR striker, Charlie Austin, who's with us live on the show. How you doing, Charlie?
How you doing, chaps? You okay?
Yeah, just fine. I saw your tweets about this. Wow, I mean, you are passionate. We know you love a rant, Charlie, but you are passionate about this European Super League not going ahead.
Yeah, it's poor, though, and I don't know what's going on. It's a disaster for football, all the way from top to bottom. The 6 clubs, for me, if they've agreed to go, just let them go, show them the door and let them go. But the biggest thing is, how are they going to get the trust back from the fans? How are they going to get that back? Because they've almost signed the paper and said, look, we're going to go, and that's the best thing to do. You hear from every fan spoken from the 6 clubs, and they're obviously all fuming, like everybody is. It's going to be a disaster for English football.
Charlie, listen, all the players are going to come out and say the right thing and say this, but let's be honest about it. If they all got asked to go and play for one of these European Super League clubs and you're going to be paid $500,000 a week, how many of them are going to turn it down?
And that's the counter-argument, Goffey, where it goes from football is now is a business. But the morals of football are still the same, and morally it's wrong, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Absolutely, I'm with you. I'm just saying, though, it's such a difficult one because this is what we're saying. We all disagree with what's going on, but at the end of it, players are still going to want to play for those clubs when they're playing in such a big... It would be a big tournament. Real Madrid, AC Milan, Inter Milan, Juve, Man United, Man City.
Destroy everything, Scotty. I get that bit, but that's so single-minded just for that one bit, it obviously being the best, but it destroys everything from top to bottom of English football. The English pyramid will be gone. Okay, we'll talk about this. It's like they've been brought up yet. What about the academies? The 6 clubs don't even bring through players through the academy. So what chance have these kids got now being at Man City's academy, Man United's, Liverpool, Chelsea? You might as well get them out of there now. Disaster.
Well, let's just respect your career, Charlie, because, I mean, you're talking about the pyramid and you're doing it from the heart as well. 46 in 46 for Paul Town 13 years ago or whatever it was, and all the way to scoring goals season after season in the Premier League. So you know exactly what you're talking about when we're on about the pyramid and football fans at different levels up and down the country. But what do footballers? You're a player and a striker in the Championship, been in the Premier League recently as well. What do you think the players at these top clubs are thinking?
The players I'm with at the moment, I've spoken to about this, are just thinking it's not right. It's not right. It's not morally right. It's not the best thing for football. But at them top clubs, nobody's spoken yet because they can't. Yeah, I know that. There'd have been an email going around saying nobody can speak on the scenario, on the situation. That's clear to see. But I think deep down, everybody in football, players also know that this can't happen.
Have you seen this, Charlie, about the teams? They're on about, they're that angry, there is a call, but they might even be kicked out of the Champions League at the semi-final stage. We're talking Chelsea, Manchester City, Real Madrid.
I've just seen, so what we're going to do, just hand it to PSG. It's a shambles. The whole thing is thrown this statement out of the blue, out of nowhere. Season finishes in like 4 or 5 weeks. If there's to the end of the season, but then you look at it and just think, all of a sudden, the game is just ripped apart. The game has been ripped apart, and there seems to be no way out. I know they've got 14 teams have got a meeting tomorrow, haven't they? But if I'm hierarchic them 14 clubs, I'm saying let's get these 6 gone sooner the better if that's what they want to do.
Charlie, it's passionate stuff. Do you think actually ultimately it will happen or won't?
There's too much against it. There's too much against it, Adrian. Football would be ripped apart. Would be ripped apart completely from top to bottom if it goes ahead.
Charlie, great to have you on. Thank you very much.
Charlie.
Passionate from Charlie Austin, who's been at the top, been down the bottom of the pyramid as well. He understands all levels of football. And that's somebody, remember his VAR rant? I mean, that's somebody who's passionate about the game of football. So listen, and he's in it. Listen and take note.
They do, but it is a problem, and I tried to get it out of him there, but what he says is absolutely spot on. It does rip the heart out of football. But when it comes down to it, again, every single footballer, nearly every single footballer that got asked to go and play for one of those big 6 would go and play for them. They would, Ed.
I'm not...
Because if they're
I'm
talking...
not entirely sure.
The money we are talking about...
The consequences, though.
Yeah, if there is. Do you think in a court law, if this goes to court, and you know what I mean, what do you think is going to happen?
Well, not necessarily that. I mean, you might be right. Legally, there might be a challenge to it.
Can't stop them playing for their
successful.
country and stuff
well,
like that.
You can.
You can.
Well, because the England manager is employed by the FA, and if he's instructed not to pick those players, that could be their future in international football. You and I both know.
So if that's the case, then it'll just be a retirement home.
Well, exactly, and they won't go ahead with it.
Because
Players won't stand for it. If they're not allowed to play for their country, they will not want any part of it.
Yeah, I agree. Most players out there still want to represent their country
100%.
at a European Championships and at a World Cup.
Yep.
So what they'll do, when they've represented them in probably 2 World Cups, it becomes a retirement home. So they'll have people like Messi in there now and Ronaldo towards the end of Ibrahimovic, towards the end of their careers, who are playing in a European Masters event.
I saw quotes from Tony Kroos on this, actually, and he was saying that players are just puppets. They haven't got any say in it whatsoever. They have to go along with it. And he said things like the Nations League, they wouldn't be playing that if it was up to them. They wouldn't be playing domestic Super Cup finals in Dubai or whatever if it was up to the players. But I think the players might rise up on this. If they don't like what's going on, and if they see that they're not going to benefit too much from it, and if they can't play for their countries, they're definitely going to rise up on it. Quick call from Mark, a Man City fan. What do you think, Mark?
Yeah, hi. Good show, guys.
Thank
Good to speak to you. I've been listening in, obviously, on my drive home, and I'm a Man City fan. I've been all my life, 1977 born. My dad was a City fan before me. My initials are MCFC, to give you an indication, and I can't escape it. So, listening to what's happening and seeing what's going on, a few years ago, I don't remember that it was all posited that they'd do this sort of breakaway league, and my dad always thought it was the evil of Man United. Alex Ferguson was behind it in his eyes, and he was disgusted by it. And God rest him, he died 3 years ago, and I think he'd be disgusted to see what City are trying to do today with the others. Do you know what I mean? And I'm honest. I live in Leicester now. I'm from Warrington, and you know what? I'm honestly thinking if this does happen, I'm going to change my allegiance. Perhaps go be a Leicester City fan, or maybe in Warrington Town. A bit more grassroots. But
hang on, you've got to support a team that's MCFC. If that's your initials, is there another one?
Deed Paul. Listen, Deed Paul. Change my name to Luke.
LCFC, brilliant. Mark's a great call. I think genuinely, a lot of football fans are considering leaving their club. One of the top 6, if they support them, they're considering transferring their allegiance to another club if this goes ahead. We're seeing the protests up and down the country. We've been live at Anfield on talkSPORT. Fans are not happy.